All right. Hi, guys. Welcome to Money Matters. My name is Madhura and I'll be your host today. Thank you so much for tuning into Money Matters. I know it is 2nd of January, so Happy New Year to all of you. Hope you are having a great start of the year. Even if it's not, do not worry. There is still 364 days more to go, or 363 days more to go. And so, if you're new to Money Matters, Money Matters is basically a show that is conducted every Sunday at 3 p.m. Malaysian time, GMT plus 8, where we talk about various topics regarding money. Hence, Money Matters. So, we talk about personal finance, we talk about entrepreneurship, we have had speakers who talk about tax, we have had speakers talk about travel, we have talked about a lot of topics that revolves around money because money does pretty much affect every aspect of our lives. So, we have a lot to talk about. And why I do this show is so that every single person out there has a platform to come back to where they constantly update themselves on some new knowledge or experience with regards to money, because you have to continuously learn things about money, how money is handled, what are the new things. It's constantly changing, and we need to continuously learn so that we do not get left behind or we do not make positive changes. So if you want to make positive changes, tune in to Money Matters and make sure you're there every Sunday with us. You can actually subscribe to Money Matters as well. We will drop the link in the chat box so that all of you can subscribe, and each episode will bring something new for you. Some of our episodes actually brings in a lot of different kinds of guest speakers. I'm someone who enjoys listening to people's stories. I don't like to just read theory because it's really boring. So we bring in speakers from various backgrounds who come and share their experiences on how they manage their money. And a lot of them are super truthful. They are very vulnerable on screen, and they actually share what they have done right and what they have done wrong, which I think is more important, so that we can learn from their mistakes. So tune into all of our Money Matters. If you would like to watch any of our previous episodes, they're actually available on ET Boost YouTube channel right now. But then it may not be available for that long. So go and catch them as soon as you can and watch all those episodes that you missed out. All right. So today we have a very exciting topic. I have a wide range of audience. People ask me, so who watches Money Matters, Mother? I'm like, everyone watches it. There's people who are youngsters who are in schools who are tuning in. We have young adults who have just started out work who are tuning in. We have adults who probably have kids of their own who are tuning in. So we have a very, very wide range of audience on this show. And my favorite audience in a way is actually students who are in school, because the best time to learn about money is when you are a kid, when you don't need to pay debts and have big money problems in life. It is a great time for you to go and experiment with money and understand and learn the things you need to learn. I think it's the best time to learn values with regards to money as well. So I always strive to see how I can work with people on this. In fact, this week, if I'm not mistaken, on Tuesday, I did a workshop on the teenageentrepreneur.com platform for a bunch of Gen Zs, right? So we had like 12-year-olds and 14-year-olds and 16-year-olds who were attending this workshop. And I had the most amazing conversation with them about money. All of them shared their different perspectives, what they would do with money if they're given $1 million. And it was so refreshing and exciting to see what they had in mind. And we also talked about the values they can develop at this age, so that no matter where they are or what happens to their money, they can take the right steps and make positive changes in their life. So today's guest speakers are three amazing youngsters who started managing their finances very young. A lot of people will put off managing finances when they are older, when they are actually an adult and all of that. But these people took effort to learn it while they are still teenagers right now. So I think it is very important for youngsters out there. If you're a student, it is absolutely important for you to learn how to manage money. And now that we are all going back to school, things are going to start back again. It is a great time to learn how you can manage money as a student in school. When you go to school and all of that, what are the things you can implement to make things better for yourself? So our three speakers are three amazing people who are the management team of Ascendance. So if you're not familiar, Ascendance is a social enterprise and a youth movement, international youth movement in fact. And they these three people are basically running it right now, right? We have the head of design, we have the head of the publicity, and head of operations. So I always get my words wrong, but despite being teenagers, they actually lead this youth organization, and they have wonderfully taken off some time to come and speak on this show. So, all of you teenagers or non teenagers, primary school students, doesn't matter. All of you youngsters out there, these are the best people to learn from. So, I'm very, very excited to invite Maha, Abhi, and Vinisha on the show. Welcome, guys. All right. Hey, guys.
Hey, thank you, Madhura. That was a very, very nice introduction, and I'm nervous now.
I'm nervous. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, it was nice introduction, and Madhura put a lot of pressure on me.
Yeah.
No pressure, and I think I've worked with you guys for I don't know how long already now. Feels like a lifetime, but it's not. So I know I genuinely enjoy talking to the three of you, and I genuinely enjoy working on finances with the three of you compared to adults that I work with. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. So
Okay.
maybe all of you can just introduce yourself a bit, like other than the very vague introduction I gave. Maybe you guys can just share a little bit about who you are, what you do, and whatnot. You want to start with Vinisha?
Can. So before the Happy New Year's, guys, and thank you for watching. And I'm Minisha here, and I'm 19 years old, and I'm founder of Kickstart Art Minisha, and I'm also head of design in Essence, and also another company called Start My Name, and I'm also a college student. Yeah,
And how old are you?
19 years old. I told really.
I missed out that one. All right, 19 guys, take note. Can we have Maha?
Okay, can. So, hi everyone, my name is Maha. I'm 18 years old. I'm the head of communications of Ascendance and also the host of Saturday Nights with Sira Pandong. And yeah.
Awesome. Abhi?
Yeah. And hi, my name is Abhi, and I'm the head of publicity of Ascendance. And at the same time, I work with a digital marketing company together with one of our corporate partner, ET Boost. And I am a school student where I'm sitting for SPM this year. So yeah, I'll be
Oh God, yes,
17 now.
he's already
Yeah.
this year. So yeah, these are our three amazing speakers, and we're going to be talking about your journey as a student and managing money in a way. So I think the first thing that everyone should probably or wondering is how did you actually get started with regards to money management? Because this is not a word that students talk about. I've never heard it when I was in school. Nobody talked about it to me. So how did the three of you weirdly decided you will manage your money when you were students? Who wants to go
Okay.
first?
Me, I'll go
All
first.
right, take it away, Maha.
So basically, I mean, I started actually like properly managing my money this year, but the not so proper times were very funny because because one, I used to save a lot with this very giant piggy bank. It's not a piggy bank; it's an elephant bank. Okay, so because in cartoons they always show that you need to save the money, and then when it's full, then you break it and then you spend it nicely. So I
That
tried
is good.
doing the same thing. Yeah, so I did the same thing and I broke it, but until now I don't remember where the money went or what it's used for. So let's forget that. And then I think I'm genuinely a person that likes to handle money here and there, but like I don't like to literally talk about it the whole time. Like it's there. So I also used to do this thing where I did sell my grandma's nasi lemak in school. I used to do that for quite some time until I realized you're not supposed to do that. And I was like, oh shit, oh no, what am I going to do now? So I completely forgot about this. Like, okay, you know what? Let's just leave that there. And then there was this one point where I got too excited because one of my uncle bought me like a purse from Switzerland. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's from Switzerland. So I have to show off to everyone. I still remember it's red color.
Yes.
So I would bring that. So I would bring that every day to school to show off, only for me to like lose that wallet at school, and then the next day I'm like, no. And then I never used a wallet or a purse for like I don't know how many years after that, until like I think I've only bought a purse like last year properly.
Wow.
So I used to just carry it in my pocket or things like that, which is very concerning now that I think about it.
Yep.
But yeah, I think I only properly started this year because I realized, I mean, not only me, like even my parents also were like, oh, you should start handling it yourself. And then they gave me a bank account and all the things. And I'm like, but I don't know what to do with it now. Because it's so weird. Suddenly you have to do it by yourself. And what do you call that? You kind of have to live independently, and then there's how like I at this point I'm scared to spend on money because I have to handle it. And like I'm even too scared to buy like a movie ticket because I have to use my bank account because I've been using my parents bank account the whole time. And I have to do it myself, so it's like very scary. But then like after kind of working with you a bit more, it's been a bit more calm. Better than before, but I think yeah, it's been pretty funny and fun so far.
Yeah. That's a roller coaster journey on managing money. Okay, I don't know if
Can
Vinisha and Abhi's background is this exciting, but Vinisha, how did
I?
you get started?
No, it's not exciting because I'm totally opposite of Maha. I think Maha said like she kind of like deal with money, right? I'm opposite of that. So I think in school, in primary school, secondary school, you have this thing like in the club you have the role like Satiusa, Bandahari. So I'm the person will pray that I will never get Bandahari. People won't vote for me in Bandahari because I hate dealing with money. I don't know why. I know I have this mindset like my siblings are already in accounting stream and everything. I need to be different, so I don't want to touch anything in money side. So I always try to avoid from money. So
Yep.
that's how it started. Until last year, Madhura become my personal finance, and also she introduced to me what is money tracking, then the finance app, and even the bank account, which I forget that I have, and then I realized, oh, there's a bank account. Okay, so this is something similar story to Maha. So and I think I only even last year I didn't really take it seriously because we all are in pandemic. We were just sitting at home, like eating mother's food, I guess. So I don't feel like there's a need for it to track money and everything. So I just like the money app just sleeping in my phone. But until I think after the pandemic when we started to go out slowly, following the rules and everything, so there's more expenses in me because I started to move out from my house and then living independently like Maha. So that's when I realized, oh my god, there's not only food, there's other expenses also. So definitely it's important to track it because I'm also trying to do things like earn money and live by my own. So I need to track my expenses so that it won't go above my income. If not, I will die. So I need to start tracking money lah. So I actually do it properly this year only, Madura, after get a lot of slaps and few things. Yeah.
I do not physically slap anyone. Please take note. And you will hear this word a lot, but again, it's not physically slap. I better do this disclaimer. If not, people are going to think I'm so scary. Okay, Abhi, how did you get started?
Thanks. Wait, I forgot already. Okay, so I think I started when I was a kid. I don't know why. I just have the thing like I love saving. It's just I want to show off with my siblings that I can save more than others. Because I think my sister will spend a lot, so I'll be like, oh, you know what? You're spending a lot, and I'm saving a lot. I'm a good person. So these kind of things. And I still
Competition.
remember. Yeah, it's very competitive, and it was fun back then when you're a child and stuff like that, lah. And I used to have this one purse like Maha, but this purse is not like from Switzerland or anything. It's just like very cute purse with some. I think it's Winnie the Pooh, uh, cute purse. But then one day, me and my sister decided to fight, and we just cut each other's purse. And after that, I just lost my purse, and then I just didn't have a purse, and I started to like
God, it's
keep my.
not from Switzerland.
It's just when we are kids, so yeah. I think
Okay.
after that, I just didn't like bother to have a purse because purse is just like generally big, and I don't like to carry around and stuff like that. And then I think after that, I started to like when I started to like manage my own money, I started to lose money because I don't know where I keep my money. I just keep under my, I mean, behind my pocket or behind my phone cover or anything like that, and I just lose it everywhere. So I think after talking to Madhura and all, Madhura decided said you must have a purse and so that you can put your money there. I'm like, okay, sure. So since then I'm having this one purse that I love so much. But I think after that on 2020, I think we started to like I started to like track my money a bit. because I like the app. It was fun at the start. It's just like I was too excited, so I started to track my app and all. And then, of course, after the pandemic hit and all, I just like my last love. After that, I want to continue. It's just like too boring, and you just don't remember tracking your money. I think officially, I started this year to actually track my money because I think me and Madra will meet for personal finance and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh, yo, I must meet Madra. So I must make sure every day I must key in. And it was also fun because I think I switched from another app, so I just got too excited with the app. So yeah. I'm an excited kid, sorry.
So for those of you who are watching, you'll be very confused why these three people keep telling, "Oh, I worked with Madras, so I did the app." You would have probably heard the app word like 10,000 times by now.
Oops.
So like one of the things I do when I work with people is to first get them to track their finances, because that's how you learn what is happening with you and your money, right? So everyone goes through this mandatory tracking lesson torture with me. Again, no physical torture, just mental. And I ask them to track their finances. So like, okay, you guys have been managing your money, yes, with my guidance, but generally as individuals, you guys do take the effort to manage your money, because um there are a lot of people, for example, right, you will go for a class, a gym lesson or subscription, or you may sign up for a Japanese lesson class or anything, but if you don't take the effort to apply it and practice it, nothing's going to change. So I think what the three of you did right is you actually took the thing and actually learned from it and did something about it, which is the most important thing about learning anything. So I think all three of you have worked on your finances for at least 1 year, some of you more than a year. In this time, what are some of the valuable or important lessons that you have learned? I think each of you can maybe share one of the lessons you have learned with regards to your money, like what you should do, what you shouldn't do. It could be any of it, but one important lesson that you personally have learned about money. Vinisha, you're already laughing, so I'm going to go for you first.
Okay, I want to go first before they steal my answer. Okay. So one of the like lesson that I learned, right, managing money, correct? Okay. I think I don't know why since young many people around me tell like you might once you grow up you might will spend like a lot, like the habit thing, spending thing. So many people tell this to me lah. So I was like, why? But I haven't do anything yet. So I think since young I have this fear I will spend a lot. So the fear become like how to say, it's blocking me like to spend on actual things. So once I started to earn money and everything from my graphic design and everything, right? Because I started working when I was in secondary school itself. So one thing that I struggle a lot, and I only noticed after I had the few sessions with mother, the personal finance, that I'm actually scared to spend money. I know many people were saying like you might be spending a lot, but because of that fear, I actually stopped spending things on the things that I needed to. Like example, once I moved out, I need to actually spend money on the rental. I need to spend money on the food, groceries, which is like needed, right? It's not like things that you're not supposed to spend. Like it's a very necessary thing that we need to spend. But I will be like, no, I don't want to pay for this. Even though I have like enough money to pay all of the things, mother know that I'm getting money and everything. But I will be there like I don't want to spend on this. So even like I'm going out somewhere with my parents, even though I know I have money, I still depend on them to pay the stuff. Even though I'm going like shopping with my mom, even though I have money with me, but I will still depend on my mom to pay the stuff. I'm still doing it. I know it's not an easy thing to actually break the habit pattern. But there was one meeting that mother actually pointed out this to me. I was like, really? Because I wasn't aware doing this, like scared to spend things and everything. But once mother pointed out this to me, I realized I actually need to start spending, not like directly go to Lazada and shop and buy stuff, but spend on things like you need to, like example, pay slowly the rental and then pay slowly for the groceries, like 20%, 50%. Because if I pay like fully, then I will die. My mind will be like, what, we need to pay a lot of things and let's stop earning money, then other people will pay for you. So I will start by small steps first, like 20%, 50%, 70%. So I realized that spending is very important and I need to like start taking small steps lah. Yeah, that's the one thing that I learned.
Okay, very nice. Abhi?
Can I think one of the struggle that I face is like I've been student my whole life and I don't know expensive things. My expensive thing is like 10 ringgit. So if I spend anything more than 10 ringgit, it's just like for me, what
I'm spending a lot kind of thing. So I think when I moved out and I started like like when you're studying and you're like depending on your parents, they for me they pay me like allowance like every day. So they gave me like, okay, for one day you got 4 ringgit to spend kind of thing. So when I get allowance for a month, I'm like, what? There's a lot. What do I do with that kind of thing? So I think at one point my allowance increased, and I freaked out and I told mother, I'm like, I don't want to do this. I'm like, so it's like too much, and I got like the fear of like, what if somebody what understand me about like wrongly kind of thing? Like, what if they think I spend a lot? All this kind of like unnecessary perceptions comes in place. Well, like I think one thing that money helps me is like to actually learn about myself, like how am I reacting to things, and why is it important to spend on the things that helps you to grow. Like for example, I was doing designing and video editing for some time, and then my mentor asked me to like buy a mouse to like actually it makes your process easier kind of thing. And I was like, okay, sure, my previous mouse was 10 ringgit, so I'll just expect the nice mouse would be somewhere around 10-15 ringgit. So I think I asked one of my friend to buy that for me, and they took picture of the mouse with the price tag, and I saw that it was like about 40 or something. I'm like, what? Mouse 40 ringgit? I bought a previous mouse for 10 ringgit. I think it was the transition into like you being a school student where your expenses just like around 10 ringgit, and when you like when you have other expenses to cover, it's just like what kind of thing. So I think that was one thing to learn. It's like you're not a student all the time kind of thing.
Very nice. Wow.
Guys,
Okay.
it's so good answers.
Even I, wow. Okay. Very nice. Ma.
Now I have the pressure. Oh my gosh. Okay.
It's not a competition of who can give the better lesson. I just genuinely want to know what you guys do.
Yeah. Okay. I think mine is almost similar to Vinisha. Like I'm also like scared to spend,
Yep.
because I think ever since young also it's been like that. I still remember this one time. I don't know. My uncle's very generous sometimes, so he just brought us to Shell and he was like, "Oh, you just go buy anything you want." So there's my cousin taking a whole trolley full of stuff, and I just took like one Coke or something like that. I was like, no, I feel so bad. And I said, why you don't want to spend? I was like, I'm scared. It's your money. So I think like because of that, like even now, so I feel scared to spend. But then like after being a bit more independent, I still have the fear. And it's not that I don't have it. But the thing I would do is like I would spend on something expensive, and then I'll make sure like the next 1 or 2 weeks I won't spend at all. Like I'll just keep it very, very low cost. Like I don't know, I'll probably instead of buying like 10 ringgit dinner, I would probably make something or like Maggie or like Milo biscuit, something like that, so that I can I don't know, like so that I can spend on the things that I want to do, like the fun things. For example, like go for movie, or like I think recently I went for like a concert because I was like, okay, I want to go, but at the same time I don't want to spend so much. So I will try to like plan as much as I can, especially being an account student, which is a bit stressful when it comes to money managing. I'm so sorry, because when you're supposed to like track it in the app, I realized the most important thing is consistency. Because if you don't track, then it won't balance. And I'm like, no, it's not balancing. I cannot handle this. So I think for me, the main thing is also consistency in like tracking your money, because if you're not consistent, you're never going to know how much you spend or like how much you earn and things like that. And yeah.
Very nice. I think you guys spoke about a range of things, like, and I think one general gist of what everyone would get from what you guys shared is, as even though you guys are teenagers still, you are quite independent. You may not necessarily be like earning your own income and whatnot. Some of you are under scholarship and whatnot. But basically, you do have money that comes in. Then it is upon your responsibility to figure out how you're going to manage the money in a month and do the things right. Now a lot of people out there, even youngsters that I've met, they will always say like, oh, this one all will affect my studies. I cannot study if I if my kid goes into business and all of that. So you guys are the kids who went into business or do work and all of that, but you also learn how to manage your finances and whatnot, right? You actually went through that lessons while still being in school and studying and whatnot. So does it really affect your studies? Does it make you very excited about making money or doing things with regards to money and make you lose focus on education? Anybody wants to answer that? Why all of you are like, oh god, oh god. Misha, I think you're the best person to take this.
Nothing comes to my mind.
Does it affect your studies? Having a business and whatnot.
I think it does, for me it doesn't lah, because one thing is like having a business is fun, and it's also like, you know, you can learn a lot of things from there, and then you can apply it in whatever you study in school. Like I think at one point I was too bored to do my normal notes, so I did a designing. I mean, I designed my notes in a like a software kind of thing. It was fun for me. And regarding money, I think it helps me to be like much more understanding when I study maths. It's like sometimes you do your real maths in like when you manage your money and stuff like that. And I think I learned a lot of things from Madhura, which is like sometimes, you know, when you like want to do the some how to say percentage of things and stuff like that, it just helps you so much when you do exam. You just understand whatever you study. It's not like you do it because you affal something and stuff like that, but because you leave it, so I understand the thing. So I think for me it's like being a student while actually seeing the real world out there, it just helps me to give a bigger picture of like what am I doing in school. So yeah. So nice.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So, okay, I have a question for Vinisha. Vinisha, what are the things that comes under managing your money? So, if those students who are watching the show right now and all that, what does managing money mean for them? What can they start doing while they're still in school?
While they're still in school. Oh, okay. I remember now. So I'm currently. I was thinking what are you supposed to say. Okay, so I'm currently studying in college, and like there's a lot of college fee, and then not only college fee. I'm studying design course, which need a lot of materials, right? So my
Yeah.
semester 3 all need a lot of materials like paintbrush, acrylic painting. You guys know how much is that, right? So this kind of things
We
started to
don't, but
come in. Okay, it costs around 100, above 100. Okay, so
okay.
this kind of things started coming in when I started to go to college, which I wasn't ready about it. I thought it's like only college fee and that's all. But after that only I realized, oh, there's more expenses in college. And then so what I think like managing money makes me exciting, like exciting to study in my college, because I know there's a reason why I need to earn money so that I can actually use that properly for the resources that I need for my college. So because I know I need these things, and so I started to take seriously and more in a fun way to earn money lah. So there's a reason for it. So if like sometimes you'll be thinking, if I go to college, do I need to take a part-time job, or do I need to earn money or anything? Try to look at like why you need to earn money, because for me, I have a reason for it. I know I need to save money so that I can save money for my PTPTN lah. So there's a reason for it. I have a goal for it, why I need to save money. So these things actually makes me excited and give a reason why I need to earn money lah. So that's one thing actually made me move forward. Why are you doing it? So that's one thing.
Okay. Have a why and work towards a goal that usually gets you moving with regards to that. Okay, Abhi, I think you are someone who you have an allowance and you have to manage your finances within that allowance and all of that, which is what most of the kids out there have. They may not get a monthly allowance, they may get a weekly, daily, like you said. Some parents give daily a certain amount of money to the kids. So what can students in like secondary school or primary school do to manage their finance?
That's a very good question. Oh my god. Okay.
What do you do to basically manage your finances?
I think, of course, going to school, I think it has its own expenses. When I thought it doesn't all my life, when I really started to track, I know that my canteen food is expensive. I mean, not expensive, but it also costs money. And because of I'm being very careless, I lose my ruler. I can track how many rulers I buy in a 1 month kind of thing. So I think it's like basically a lot of things we don't know when we are spending money without knowing.
Yeah.
And when we track those things, we know like what are the things we spend for, and we can actually like preempt ourselves like a month earlier. Like I think one of the things that we did for my finance is like we budget it according to like how much you want to spend and stuff like that, right? I think we can also like, we know we have expenses to do for stationaries and all this kind of things. We can actually like save up for it so that we don't need to like freak out when it happens, when your ruler suddenly go missing and stuff like that.
Ah, okay, nice. So for Vinisha, it's more on getting a purpose and know where you're going, especially if you're a college student. You have the capacity to actually start your side hustles, or you can start earning money from whatever your passion is, but you must have a wife. Not very likely you're not going to do it. And I think one of the whys that you guys, all three of you, have is independence, right? Like being able to take care of yourself. I think that actually got the three of you to move a lot more on your finances. So that is good. And Abhi's one, brilliant, track it, and you can preempt those mistakes. It is so true. If I had tracked when I was in school, I would have probably bought like 10,000 pens. You're so, it's so right. Even now, I lose pens. Like after 1 week, my pen goes missing. So thank you, Abhi. I will take note of that. Okay, Maha, you shared just now about consistency, which is the biggest problem I see with anyone I work with. Every single person I talk to on personal finance has this problem. They'll start, they'll do for 1 week and then they'll stop, right? So for you, what has helped to be more consistent?
I think for me, I mean, okay, got two things. One is because I have this OCD thing that
Okay.
everything has to be keyed in perfectly. And like I don't know, at first I used to the way I keyed in at first, I just used to just put like expense and income and that's it. But now
Yeah.
I like put specifically this is for this. I eat like okay, I eat nasi goreng, this one is this much. So I put very detailed so I know what is going on. And I have this OCD thing and I can't tahan if it doesn't balance. So that's one thing. But the other thing is I think that really helped is the environment around me. I feel like the environment, everyone, like people like Abhi and all, they will be like suddenly at night she will be tracking her finance and then she'll be like, you haven't paid me, and I was like, oh no, I forgot to key in the app. Then we'll do it together and somehow settle like both of us in like balance. So it's like the environment. And also I think I don't know, like a mini advantage for me is that since young itself, I think my whole family is like an accountant family. My dad has been worked in a bank for like 20 years. So and he was also my accounts teacher. So he will give like so many tips and tricks on like how you can like save money and how you can do this and do that. So I think like the environment since young and also now really helped me to be more consistent. So it's like a reminder for me every day that I have to track my money. Yeah.
Yep, that's a very nice one because I think even even though I'm working with people on how to manage their personal finances, even I will forget to key in my tracking app many times. And what will usually help is I'll see my housemates suddenly sit down and key in, just like what you said, and I'll be like, oh god, they're keying in. Or when I meet my clients, they'll be like, oh, I forgot to key in. I'm like, oh god, I forgot to key in now. Then I'll go and key in. So it is okay to lapse, which is what most of us do. And if you do, don't beat yourself up over it. Don't get too caught up in you didn't key in and whatnot. But you can actually just get in an environment where people are doing this. It will naturally come to you. So if the students who are watching here and all of that, why should they work on their finances now? What's the big deal? They can learn this when they are starting to work, right? What's the big deal about learning about it now?
I
Maha,
want
can
to
I go
go
first?
first.
Oh, okay, Abhi is going to go first. Perfect. Let's go.
Okay. I think I've heard this from one of the idiots saying like, not exactly, but it's like, when you're like, when you want to create a new habit, it's better to start young because you are still fresh. You don't have like many other habits going on, stuff like that. So I think one benefit that I have right now is like, I am thankful that I start this whole managing money thingy earlier, because I see my siblings, they're not tracking their finances and they're like, it's okay, those kind of things. And I feel like we should start tracking our money so that we know what's going on with our life, and we are not like, oh, I don't know how much I spend on my money. I mean, my food every month. I don't know how much I spend on my groceries every month. So I think it's like better to start young so that you have the habit going on. Like you doesn't need to like forget things, and it's just like natural for you, lah. It's like how you're breathing and stuff. Yeah. Oh,
Okay. Maha?
Oh, Abhi, damn it, I was gonna say that. I mean, what's the big deal? I mean, I would say that, of course, like how Abhi said, starting young would be very nice because I don't think you want to like not track for so long and then you realize, oh my gosh, I owe these people this much of money, and then you probably lose your brains, and then you'll be like, oh no, I'm not earning enough, and then you'll just be in that dilemma for too long, and you will just like sink in the problem for a very long time and not find a solution for it. So if you start like now, it's like you're already doing it, so you don't really have to think so much about it when you are actually earning more because you're already used to it. So
Yeah.
Okay, very nice. Winnie?
Oh no, I forgot my answer. Okay, I remember now. Yay. So I think Mother mentioned she did one finance workshop recently with Zen Zs, right? Like youngsters. I was there. I was one of the youngsters. So when I was listening to the answers, I realized that many of the youngsters, so even, I think many people here influenced by the society. Like I think definitely many people here they focus on materialistic, like buying a car, buying a house, and many other things. I can't remember what other stuff, but we all have this programming because that's what the world is doing, right? I mean, like it's very plenty of people are saving money. I mean, yeah, people do this that, but the more like census based is buying house and buying car and those kind of things. Even like in my house itself, my most of my family members talking about buying car, buying house and everything. So this is the thing that I'm hearing every day. But the thing that why the reason I didn't get influence is because I really get the like right mindset or like right guidance by few experienced people like Madhura when I was young itself, because I know buying a car, buying a house is not the big deal of your life. Actually, there's more than that. So when I started to know these things when I was young itself, I know okay, this is not maybe this buying a guy is not a thing for me. It's more than like I can save my money to buy art stuff. So once I know these kind of things like setting goals, buy things that you actually needed, like which are based on your goals and your resources and everything, that's when I realized, oh, okay. So I actually started. I managed to do this kind of thing because I started young. Like I think last year, 18 years old. I hope that is young, but I still feel I started late. But I'm still fortunate enough to have this mindset, this knowledge about money lah. So I think that's one of the reasons so that you won't get influenced like by the society. It's better you have the knowledge by now. Yeah.
That is so true. Okay, very nice. All right, so I have one, I think, to end of today's session. I'm going to ask you guys for a tip. Now, the biggest problem that doesn't matter you're a student or probably even worse for students in this current age, right, is things like getting, I don't know, online shopping or buying those things that you technically don't have money for, but you keep spending on certain things that may not necessarily help your goals, but you just keep getting excited about things and spending money on it, right? So, which is something even I do. A lot of people do this, and it's a very common problem in everyone. So, how do the three of you manage yourself to overcome that thing? What is your one tip for whoever's watching today on overcoming temptation in a way? What do you do when you have this very exciting looking thing that you need to buy, or that very, for me it's like weird stuff like candles on IKEA. I don't know why, but I want to buy candles on IKEA. So like, it's like, how do you overcome that temptation? Who wants to go first? It's like fight for the answer, guys. Fight.
I think I'll go first. Then
Yeah.
then I can choose all of the answer. But yeah, uh, what I would say is like the temptations are like very temporary. It's like it will come and then it'll go. But when we like react to the thing as fast as we can, so that means like you are actually becoming like addicted to the temptation. I don't know, you're just following your temptations. One thing that I think at the beginning stages is like, but there are things that you should try, like a few things that you can try because your heart wants to try, but there are a few things that your mind wants to try. So it's like depends on which one you want to go follow and stuff like. But I think one thing that helps for me is like uh not to react, like whenever you feel like eating something, just not eat like those kind of thing, but actually give it a thought. Like I think at the beginning stage I would like to try this one burger, and I was like contemplating my whole life, should I try, should I not try, and stuff like that. But I think when the more I talk about it, it's just like purely I want to try. It's not like somebody else influenced me and stuff. It's just generally I want to try. It's just I'm scared if I spend a lot kind of thing. So I think when you identify this kind of thing, it helps. Temptations are there, but it's just like is it your heart or your mind? Depends. But I think when you follow your heart, it just helps you to grow in your goals better. No matter what, it's just the experience and stuff like that. But if you follow your mind, I don't know, you might spend a lot. It's up to you.
Happy, why you tell all the answer?
Okay, thank you, Abhi. I shall think about whether it's my heart or my mind. All right, who wants to go next?
What? Okay. I think I can go. Oh my gosh. Okay, how do you overcome the temptation? Okay, definitely I have a thing. I have a lot of temptations, especially when it comes to merchandise. Either it's anime merchandise or BTS or like anything. Basically, I just love merchandise a lot, and I want to keep it. I do have all of these temptations, but then like when it comes, like it's like how Abi said, it's like your senses are looking at it, and you get really really excited. And you be like, no, I have to get this now. But then you realize the thing is not gonna. It's not gonna heal. It's still gonna be there for some time. You can take the time to like save up a bit more and then go and like buy it, but don't buy it for the sake of just having it and keeping it in your house and not using it forever. That's just pretty pointless, honestly. But maybe it could be things like you want to experience the feeling once so that you know how it feels like, so you don't have to do it again. Because some people, they're too tempted on the same thing and they buy the same thing over and over again. I'm like, but why? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, it would be better if you like try to experience different things instead of just one thing. So it's like also like kind of choosing where and how you want to spend it, because of course you need to track track your expenses as well. You can't just spend everything, but maybe just like when you have the temptation, probably just like stop and think about the things that you want to spend on first, and maybe I don't know, like have a list at first, like maybe you want to do this first and then this next, and like don't do it all at the same time. Like maybe go one by one. Yeah.
I think what you're trying to say is also prioritizing the thing.
Yeah.
So you choose to go for one first. I think a lot of, even me, I have a lot of dreams, and a lot of people have a lot of dreams. We want to do a lot of different things, but you cannot do everything today.
Yes.
So yes, so put number one first, do that. Okay, achieve already. Yeah, go to the next one. I think that's what you're trying to say, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay, very nicely shared. Thank you, Maha. Winnie,
You
what's
told
your
all the answers already. Now
nugget?
I'm stuck. Okay. Yeah, I was saying like if you want to spend money, try to spend the things that you needed, like your goals. If it's helping your goals, then you can buy. I know I said that. So But what happened was, so I want to buy this like canvas and the paintbrush, everything. All of that are related to my goals, right? But sometimes I'll buy the same thing. I know it's not needed for me, but I'll keep on. Sometimes I'll buy the same thing. Another one, I'll buy the expensive one. Actually, there's one like not very expensive. I can actually use that, but I'll go and buy the expensive one just to feel like chunky. I'm using the expensive one. So, but I was doing this for a few months, and I realized when I look at the spreadsheet with personal finance with Madhura, I realized I spent it a lot. So after that, what I started doing is before I go to the art store, when I don't know, artists will do this whenever they want to go to art store, it will tempt them a lot. Like the art's like hanging around the brush there, you feel like you're buying it, right? So that's how I feel every time. And that's what I did. I think the same thing Maha said, list down, or like for me, I will plan what are the things I needed. Like I will make sure, is this need for the assignment that I'm doing, or is this price so much, like too much, or is there anything lower than this price? So I'll make sure I do that before I go lah. Sometimes yeah, it works. And also having a goal, like if I need to finish the assignment, something like goal like that, helping you to buy the things that only you needed. You won't ended up buying the other paintbrush that you don't really need it. So having a goal, that is one. And then yeah, the planning thing also, it will also helps. And another thing was happening. This is more into like adult. Like I want to buy a few stuff for my room, which I haven't buy yet. But I was so close to buy. I went to this IKEA thing again, Lazada thing, and I see a lot of things, furniture like 100 ringgit, 200 ringgit, and I was so close to buy that. I'm so sorry, I'm going to say that. I was so close to buy that, but I stopped and think, wait, do I really need this thing? So I went back, I stepped back, and then I listed down a few things. Okay, what exactly the things that I needed in my room? So I plan it. At this point of time, I'm planning it slowly because I do have the time for me. It's not like if I don't have the furniture, I won't die next day. So I'm planning it slowly because I know sometimes my mind will make it like, okay, you need to buy this, you need to buy this, you need to buy this. But planning it out, like listing it out, will help you to see what exactly, like what actually you needed it. So
Okay, very nice. I think I like what you said of tracking, that you found out you were spending a lot on this art stuff because you tracked the thing, and then after that you started setting a plan, also like a budget. I know a lot of us, like for me, right, Christmas is crazy. So usually Christmas is horrible because my money will just disappear. And what I started doing is, I will, beginning of the year, when no Christmas anywhere nearby, life is very peaceful and quiet, nothing's happening, I will set a budget for my Christmas, and I will stick to the budget on the Christmas of that year. So it'll be like 9 months before Christmas itself, I already set a budget, and I'd make sure I don't break the budget. So planning ahead really helps you to keep things under control. You don't go crazy buying stuff. Very nice. Thank you, guys. I think all those who watched today, you may be 11 years old, 12 years old, 9 years old, you could be 45 years old, 25 years old, doesn't matter. Whatever Vinisha, Maha, and Abhi have shared today will be valuable to all of you. This is not age based lessons. I think this is life lessons that everyone should be learning. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and thank you so much, Maha, Abhi, and Vini, for being my guest speakers today. I had a lot of fun.
Thank you,
Oh, thank
Madhura,
you,
for
Madhura.
having us.
Thank you. I had fun.
All right, thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.
All right, so that's it. That was a great episode. I don't know about you guys, but I learned a lot from Maha, Abhi, and Vinny. I'm very mind blown. I don't know what to say. I'm secretly very proud to hear a lot of the things that they have shared today, because when you work with people on their finances, you just hope that they're learning what they need to learn. And it's very, very nice to see young people getting these lessons at a very early stage in life. So if you're a parent or if you're a kid and you are looking to learn about finance and you're looking for somebody, you can always get in touch with me. And there are plenty of people out there who teach about finances. So get in touch with somebody and learn about how to manage your money, because it is one of the most important skills to learn in life. All right. So one of the ways you could possibly learn about money, or at least get started on this, is I actually wrote a book called Money Matters, where basically I talk about money. It's named partially after this show, but this has a question mark at the end, so they question life and does money really matter, what matters, and all of that. Where I talk a lot about how I, as a youngster, I developed my career, and what are the first few things I learned about money, what are the main lessons I learned, and all of that. How I work with different kinds of clients, how I work with young clients, how do I work with people who are in their 20s, who already have loans, how do I manage each one of them. And I can assure you, this book, something in there will connect with you, will definitely bring benefit to you. So you can actually get a copy of the book on ascendancepro.com. I'm going to drop the link in the chat box. Please do get a copy for yourself. If you're in Malaysia, the physical edition is out. If you're not in Malaysia and you would like to purchase the book, stay tuned, because we will be releasing the audiobook and ebook soon. When it is announced, it will be announced on my social media. So one of the things you can do is follow me on my social media. If you're on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, find @TheRealMadhura. All of the information is going to be posted there. Whether there's an audiobook releasing, all of that is going to be posted there. Follow me so that you get the updates, and I hope you guys can get a copy of the book. And the proceeds from these book sales is going to help a lot of youngsters. It's going to build a lot more youngsters who are going to think more and be more aware of life, like Maha, Vini, and Abhi. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning into Money Matters. Next week we have a crazy good episode. It's going to be really, really fun. If you're someone who has no clue about the word credit, or if you struggle with credit cards, or you want to get a credit card because you just started your first job, any of it, or you could be a student who doesn't even know the meaning of credit, doesn't matter. Tune in for the next week's show, because we're going to be talking about credit with someone who has 30 years of experience in the banking industry. So it's going to be a really fun episode. I hope to see you guys there. Once again, this is Madhura, and see you next week. Thank you so much for watching, and please do like and subscribe so that you never miss an episode. Do share this episode with your friends and family. And if you like this episode, leave us a review on our Facebook page, facebook.com/simplyempowering. Money Matters is where we aim to provide valuable content to inspire and empower you on your money matters. Thank you once again for watching this episode, and see you guys at the next one.